What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So guys, I really want to talk about this whole situation with a YouTuber by the name of Hotep Jesus. And I don't really listen to a whole lot of his content. I think he's a YouTuber that does content that is like more on the, white ring, conservative interviews, things like that. Again, I have no problem with the brother. He's doing his thing. I don't even know what many of his views are, but he is a hell of an interviewer. I will say that. Okay. And he recently interviewed Just Pearly Things 5 days ago. And he asked some very great questions. Again, I don't really know a whole lot of his personal views and things like that. I do know he's more associated with some of the guys on the right. I've never heard him say a whole bunch of ridiculous things. I don't really know him to that level, but he did interview her. And one thing that I want to talk about is this part of the conversation about how much the payments are with Sarah Garvey. Now, the first thing I want to do is he addressed it and he asked her specifically about how she runs her business. But before I get into what she said, let me play what Sarah Garvey said.
Now, myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation, and she expressed to me that she wanted to do a new segment for her show. In that segment, she said that she would like me to present a topical news show on a day-to-day basis. So I said, okay, no problem. Talk to me. What are we talking about? And she said she would want me within her studio 4 days per week. I said, okay, from what time? She said from 10 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. And I said, okay, well, that is 7 hours. I said, so working 4 to 5 days a week for 7 hours is essentially a day job. I said to her, okay, so what is my guaranteed fee at the end of the month? What is the salary? And she looks at me and she says, we do not do guarantees and we do not do salaries. So I said, so if you don't do guarantees and you don't do salaries, what is it that you actually do? And she said she does percentages. So I said, okay, cool. Well, what's the percentage? She said, Sarah, you're the high end, so you will get 70-30. So I said, fine, okay, let me listen. 70% goes to me and 30% goes to you. Now she looked at me and she said, no, 70% goes to me, Pearl, and 30% goes to me, Sarah Garvey.
All right, so I want you to hear those are the claims that Sarah Garvey is leveraging or levying against her, okay? Now, Hotep Jesus, he's a master for interviewer, right? Like the guy he's very intelligent by how he's positioning his questions. He thinks very fast, he assesses the situation quickly. And I want you to see how he turns this interview almost over, like just within seconds, to get her to expose what she tried to hide and how he revealed it by these masterful questions. Let's check it.
Right. So it's true. The deal was 70-30 that was on the table, right?
There's some legal stuff going on, so I can't really go into certain aspects.
No, I get that. But so let's take it here then. If we were to do a deal, Hotep Jesus, come to Just Pearly Things, and I work for you, how much revenue do you think that show would generate?
Well, I'd have to look at your ad revenue now. So I'd probably at first ask to see your ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would probably calculate how many hours you would want to work.
Mm.
And then based off of previous people, my goal is always to get you making more than you're making now.
Mm.
That's always my goal. So I would probably look at what other people have made using our system and try to get you to a percentage that makes you what you're making now, if not more. That's always my goal.
So it would be my channel?
What?
Would it be my channel? Like, would we use my YouTube channel or would we use your YouTube channel? Like, whose channel would we use?
It depends how people want to do it. It's different for every person.
Okay. In a case like a split where you get the majority, is that on your channel or is that would be on my channel?
It depends.
On what? Like, what kind of parameters are we talking about here where it would go into making a decision like that? Because I saw the deal and I'm like, maybe I could work for Pearly Things. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know what these numbers look like.
I mean, it depends like what you're bringing to the table. So if we take up 100% of the costs, we take up the majority of their ad revenue. Some people come with their own editors. Some people come with their own thumbnail people. Yeah, so it just depends on the person. So, yeah, some people want a show where we get guests for it, and that costs money. So it just depends what the person wants to do. Yeah.
Okay. No.
And how much they're making now. But my goal in any deal is always to try to have them make more than they were making before.
Yeah. So, I believe it would make sense for a creator like me to just go on your channel and get paid. Wouldn't that make sense for me? You got 1 point something million, right? I think that's the best way for me to make money.
It depends on. I'd have to look at your channel analytics and like ask you how much you.
It's trash. It's trash. I'm saying right now. I'm like, yeah, you're just gonna have to rate me a F plus.
Yeah, it depends. There's like different. Because we're probably going to start a network page for the whole network. So that's probably going to be in the future like a starter to kind of see how people do, and then spin off and doing their own thing. Like there's pros and cons, because when people come to my channel, they're here to see me. So I'm going to bring an audience that's here to see me, where if you have your own, it's like the audience is a bit more specific for you. So it just depends. I give a lot of freedom to the people that are signing to kind of like do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people ask questions and are a little bit more specific in their questions, and sometimes they're not. So.
Right. But if it's I'm just thinking like here, if it's an upstart, and it's not making any money, or is it making money, right? Like when you throw somebody a deal, is this into a revenue generating channel already? And then there's a commission split on the back end?
Yeah, it depends. So Auntie's channel was brand new. So Auntie Jenny was someone we signed. She went from 0 to 40,000 subscribers in like 4 months.
Okay.
So she went from not making any money to making money. And then where King Richie's was someone that already had a channel and a following. So he went from like 30 or 40,000 subs to 70,000 again in 4 months. So I think on average we get people 40,000 subscribers in 4 months.
Damn. Okay. So that's on their channel using your resources.
Yes. Yeah. They get access to my whole team. So I always try to give people as much creative freedom as they want. Like I was just speaking to someone that we're potentially maybe going to sign. We'll see. And she was talking about how she wanted to bring in like women and give them like advice on how to be a better wife. And I was like, oh, like we could recruit the girls for you. You could do it in studio. And
no, that's dope.
So
okay.
Now let me just say this, right? This whole 70-30 deal situation. Again, the guy is very bright at how he positions the questions. Nobody not the average person cannot achieve that. To get her to basically reveal her business procedures that she wanted to, in my opinion, this podcast, keep a secret. And she talks about the fact that, she would want to use your YouTube channel and not hers. Because think about it, the reason why she doesn't really want to use her YouTube channel is because that audience is not really so strong. She posts all these clips and things like that. Doesn't really get a whole lot of views. So using her YouTube channel wouldn't really work. But using your YouTube channel would work great because you already have a built-in audience. So she would like to grow your audience and get most of your money by growing your audience, when really, as an individual YouTuber, She runs an interesting system, but look at Aunt Jenny, somebody like that. Aunt Jenny has 40,000 YouTube subscribers, but doesn't have a real built-in audience. So what she's trying to do is pretty much take your audience that you've worked hard for and take most of your money. That's what Sarah Garvey is saying. This is what she wants to sue the guy for. Aunt Jenny she has 40,000 subscribers, but look at the views. 680 views, 788 views, 716 views, 639 views, 1,600 views. If you go to her page, no real traction on there. This is not a good YouTube page. If you even go to, let's look at my Pan-African dating show. All right. My Pan-African dating show, which is 29,000 subscribers. Let's just look at the videos. Okay. 3,100 views, 3,300 views, 87,000 views, 10,000 views, 9,900 views, 12,000 views, 8,500 views, 34,000 views, 8,100 views, 29,000 views, 289,000 views, 54,000 views, 26,000 views. So the thing is, I have less subscribers than her, but more views. What that really means is I have a audience that's more receptive. It's not all about getting subscribers. It's about getting people who actually like what you do. So it's a scam. The subscribers that she has, it doesn't work. So he's not going to sign to her network. He's just saying that to get her to reveal what she's trying to say, because he would be better off by himself. There's nothing that I believe that these kind of YouTube companies can do for you outside of taking your money. These, channel networks, these networks don't work, in my honest opinion. You'd be better off getting your consulting or things like that, or joining up with mastermind groups and learning how to run the business from there. But the whole thing is, she just said what Sarah Garvey had been said, or said previously. Now she wants to strike the guy for admittedly doing the same thing that she's revealed. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Producer for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.